today, it was this door over here that kept opening and closing just on its own with no breeze. I mean, there's no breeze in this building. Yes. Oh my gosh, guys. It just responded yes. Hold it. Okay, stop.
Higginsville, a population of 4,823, is nestled among a bunch of farmland. But on Main Street, the Grange store opened up in 1898. And who knew that this building would be the focal point of some mysterious paranormal activity? Welcome to this episode of Phantom Files. Hello everyone and welcome back to Phantom Files. Today's episode kind of hits close to home. So in 1996, my Aunt Connie purchased a store off of Main Street, downtown Higginsville. The population is like 4,823 as of the last census. Okay, so she bought the store and turned it into this amazing ceramic shop. And I kid you not when I say that place was like full of creativity and magic. I mean creativity and magic. The only thing I didn't like was the basement. And maybe there was a reason for me to be afraid of that basement. That being said, my Aunt Connie passed away in 2014. And then my uncle passed away. And then the building was inherited by my 4 cousins, and they sat down in 2022 and said, this building is not doing anything. Let's sell the building. Let's go on and sell it off. So I get a phone call shortly before my surgery. My cousin says, okay, we need you to investigate the shop. I said, what do you mean? She says, look, I understand when I was a kid, there was like a playroom up on the mezzanine. She says, I'd go for a nap and I would wake up with this man shadow figure leaning over me, watching me. I thought it was just my imagination. I would try to tell my mom about it and Connie would deny it. And then later on in life, Connie says, yeah, that was Bruce. You know, he had committed suicide. Bruce was the owner of the furniture store before my Aunt Connie purchased the shop. And he had committed suicide in his office on the mezzanine. So it's kind of like 2 rooms together on the mezzanine. On one side is where they had found him. The other side was my cousin's playroom after my aunt purchased the building. And she says, yeah, my mom kind of dismissed it, but later on in life, she admitted that Bruce was very much in the building. And I said, okay, well, what's going on now? And she says, we're moving stuff out. And she says, we're hearing people like hammering nails or hammering something in the basement. And then she says, my husband was there late at night. And while he was moving things out, it sounded like a stack of dishes just crashed over and just shattered all over the floor. There's no dishes. Nobody else was in the building other than him. You know, there's no reason for this, and we would like you to investigate. However, we want to move the stuff out first, because if you catch anything, we're going to be too chicken to go back in and finish moving stuff out. I'm like, okay. Well, shortly after surgery, I get a call from my cousin. She sounded fairly urgent. She says, Maven, seriously, did you watch the video I sent you over Messenger? Suck at reading my messenger messages. I do. And this is what she sent me.
I'll let you know that I am sitting in this pink chair up here in the offices that used to be Bruce's office. So that's where Bruce's desk was. That's the room that I've been told that Bruce committed suicide. And while I'm sitting here, the door on the other side has been moving and there's no airflow up here at all. So it keeps creaking and making noises. I don't know if he's upset that I'm in here. I don't know. We'll see. That's Anna making noise currently because she's sitting on me, but I'll send this to you so that way you know for tonight.
When I heard that door just slam at the end of the video, I knew I had to check out the store. And she says, here's a few things that we've been finding out since we're trying to sell the store. She says the building was built in 1898 and it was a Grange store. Now, I'm not sure exactly what a Grange store is. It just basically says a farm with several rooms attached. Maybe it was a general store for the grain farmers in the area. I honestly don't know, but in 1912, it turned into a furniture store and a funeral home. They were embalming bodies in the basement. Aunt Connie, I'm not sure if she knew that when she bought the store. We sure as heck didn't know it. And June says, I didn't know any of that until I was going through some of the paperwork, and somebody else in Higginsville had mentioned it. Hey, they used to embalm bodies in the basement. And I was like, that is creepy. And not only that, this was a prestigious furniture store. Like, you could come in, they would model what your living room looked like and then put the furniture that you wanted to buy in it so that you could see what your living room would look like before you purchased the furniture. This was not like a cheap furniture where somebody just off the street could walk in and purchase a couch. No, this was like for the well-to-do. And I'm sorry, if I was a person that was well-to-do, I would not want to buy a piece of furniture from a store that also embalmed bodies. I'm just saying that is not on my bucket list. It's not. So I started to hear more of the history about the building from my cousin. I said, okay. I said, but now that it's been surgery, I'm not doing well, but I will try to go down the weekend of August 13th. It was around that time. I ended up canceling. I still wasn't feeling good. And my mom said, no, you are not investigating this place alone. She says, I will go with you. She says, you still have internal stitches. If you fall, if anything happens to you, you're going to need somebody there. So my mom came with me the following weekend, and she stayed at the front of the building. And this is what happened.
Giving everybody a tour of the first floor of the store that my family used to own. We're turning the keys over to the new owner coming in September. My mom came down with me, so that's what you hear, the clacking. She walks with a cane, and I'm glad she's here with me. After surgery, I'm not sure if I'm ready for a solo investigation. In case I get hurt, in case I fall, I still have some internal stitches and all right. So, I'm going to give a tour of the basement first. This building is 3 stories with a massive basement. This building used to be a furniture store. Used to have furniture almost on every level, supposedly even down here as well. The owner, Bruce, committed suicide in his office on the mezzanine, which I will be going up there soon. But back in the 1940s and 50s, they used to embalm people. And we think the embalming station was back here somewhere, either in this corner or somewhere over on this side. We don't know. Anyway. I'm sorry if my camera ankles are a little bumpy tonight. I'm having to wear house slippers because after surgery I have lots of water retention and lots of swelling. So I'm having to wear house slippers instead of tennis shoes and yoga pants instead of my jeans. Yay. All right. Now there is one more area before we hit the mezzanine. I'm going to show you guys. Like I said, please excuse the jerkiness of the camera here. I'll try to be more mindful. Is this back hallway that leads all the way to a garage, which you can't see without my IR light. This is the mezzanine, and I'll go get my IR light. Okay guys, I know I came over here earlier and we couldn't see anything, but as you can tell there's like a big room back here. As I start getting kind of creeped out. And a big garage. I'm not quite ready to go back there. Whew. I don't know if I will ever be ready to go back there at this point. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna This is the mezzanine. It is really hot in this building. Those lights are freakingly massive. Doesn't look like it on here, but it is. Earlier today, my cousin was sitting in these two offices. It sounds like this was Bruce's office. Hello, Bruce. And this door kept opening and closing on its own. God, Maeve, don't be chicken right now. And later on this evening, I'm gonna take you guys on up to the last floor. I felt a lot of energy and static going into Bruce's office. We're at the doorway. Breathe. Just breathe. Gotta remember, my mom is here in the building with me. I'm not alone. I'm just investigating alone. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Oh, please forgive me for my bad camera angles. Okay. This is where my cousin was sitting when the door in the other room kept opening and closing. Okay. So I'm going to put the higher light over here. Okay. Woohoo! All right. I like that higher light. And okay. Okay. Hey, Bruce. Ooh, please. I know. Chill out, light. Okay, Bruce, I would like to set this on your shelf back there so you can communicate with me. And I will explain who I am. And I'm hoping you're willing to interact. Please, please let me enter. You know my mom. She used to babysit for you. Mary. How about yes? Oh my gosh, guys, it just responded yes. Okay, you know now how this device works. This side is no, and the other side is yes. Okay. Do I have permission to enter your office? I'm waiting for it to get back to normal. Do I have permission to enter your office so I can place this device so you can say yes or no to me through this device? I really get this feeling not to enter your room. So, I will leave this cube here. Hold it. Okay, stop. Please. Okay, was that a yes or a no? Wow. Okay, not used to that kind of response. Whew. Okay, so I have a yes now lit up. Guys, that was crazy. I don't know where to set this. It seemed like you really didn't like that shelf. Bruce, do I have... Okay. Do I have permission to enter your office? Your office is very heavy with energy. And am I welcome to enter? Okay. No answer yet, guys. That was just crazy. So it is definitely you, Bruce. Well, it's nice to meet you. I heard how my mom used to babysit for you. She said you were one of them. Whoa! Okay. Okay. Whoa! Okay, that was a big fatty no. I left. Okay, chicken. Whew. Breathing. Okay. Breathe, Maeve. You do this for a living. You can't be scared. Okay. Okay. I mean, maybe it was my own hand that hit. No. That was a flat out. Wasn't just me hitting the button that. Yeah, because whenever I hit it, that was just a flat out. I'd at least like to get my light out of there. Never thought I'd be so scared over a triangle. Gotta remember my mom is here with me. Is it okay if I at least retrieve my light? Wow. Okay. I'm gonna stop this for a second. Wow.
So that video did not do the experience justice at all. Like, I was screaming at that video going, Maven, put the device in the office. What's stopping you? Go. Push past it. Why aren't you going into the office? Why are you continually asking the entity for permission? Well, like I said, that video didn't do the experience justice, because while I was there, it felt like I could feel the static electricity, like the hair on the back of my neck was just like raised. And I felt this pressure on my chest, like I could not progress any further. Like I could not get my body to move. So I kept asking the entity for permission to kind of dispel the energy in hopes that I could get my body to move and actually enter the office. And I hope the next time something like that happens on an investigation that I will be able to push past that, because that was just, do I regret not going into the office at that time? Yes, I do, but I couldn't get my body to move, and just the fear and the anxiety of being in that room is not conveyed in that video whatsoever. Like I was shaking, and there was a time where I set the prism on the bookshelf and both sides were going off at the same time, and I'm like, stop. That was more for me and not quite so much about the equipment going off, because in my mind I'm like, breathe, you've got to push through this, you got to stay, you've got to keep going. But then the other half of me is like, run, get out, leave, like get out of there now. So it was like this internal tug of war that is not captured on camera, because I'm trying to remain cool, calm, collected, but inside I was just a bundle of nerves. Like it was crazy. So I actually have with me the yes/no prism. And the one thing that I'm kind of confused about, and yeah, like an idiot, I set the prism a little bit too close to the edge of the bookshelf. So I completely understand why I completely understand why that was going off because of the wall, right? But why was this side going? Like, there was about a good 1.5 feet. It's not going off. You know, my hand is like 1.5 feet away and it's not going off. And it... So what was triggering the other side? And another thing that just kind of blew my mind was I was in the middle of saying, Bruce, my mom told me that you were one of the most nicest people. That's what I was trying to say when all of a sudden this just like flatlines, and you notice that the sound, even with your finger on the sensor, it's a pulsating beep. You know, it's not like a flat line, right? Even with no. So what made it flatline? And maybe it's a setting on this device that I'm not aware of, but or feature setting, I don't know. All I know is anytime I use it, it's a pulsating sound. It's not a solid tone. So that being said, stop it. So in this next video clip, you're gonna hear me and my mom talking about how we got scared. So I had set the prism like on the steps, right? And I was talking to my mom about it. I had just retrieved my light from Bruce's office. I set the prism down on the stairs and I was talking to my mom and she's like, did you get your light? And I said, yes. And I said, I can't believe that this prism just flatlined on me. Like the tone just solid, you know, and all of a sudden I just got this feeling of leave now. You're not, you know, like I said, that presence in that office was kind of like a bouncer of a club, like, Maven, your access has been denied. That's what it felt like, you know, and then all of a sudden that flat line, because I felt the pressure build up in the room and I was like, I'm out, you know. And I was telling my mom about it and I started hearing this breathing in my ear. Now I thought my mom was over to my right, but in the corner of my eye, I saw a shadow there. And when I looked, there was actually something there. And I just started screaming like I lost it. At that point, I was so nerve-wracked from the investigation that I just started screaming. Then my mom started screaming. Then she's like, why are we screaming? And I was like, Mom, you scared me. Because she was there. I thought she was on one side. She ended up being on the other. And next thing I know, we're both screaming. So you get to hear that, see that, know it. Well, not the actual jump scare, but you get to hear the reference to it in this next clip.
Okay, everyone, after I scared the crap out of my mom and scared the crap out of me, I'm going up to the top floor. God, so...
You're going to leave your light down here?
I'm going to leave it down here.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I get really creeped out on this third floor.
Yeah.
This place is almost as heavy and dense as what Bruce's office is. And God. Why do I do this? Okay. Closing the door on me.
The thing to come in?
No, it started closing on me. Yeah. See, I get chicken when there's nobody else to actually walk through these spaces with me. All right. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna stay up here for very long, because I'm still chicken shit. I am not afraid to admit that this place seriously creeps me out. And I have no clue how or why my family was able to stay up and sleep upstairs. Are you still there at the bottom of the stairs, Mom? Okay. Yeah, I think I would like some lights on up here. Okay, so let's try this again. You ever have that question of what in the hell am I doing with my life? Yeah. Okay. So. All right. Maven up on the 3rd floor. Whew. All right. Okay. So, I'm sorry guys, I turned out to be a real chicken. Wanted to do night vision mode and be all freaking awesome and brave, but I couldn't do it. Too scared up here with the lights off. So my cousin, her husband came up and helped me with the breakers. This should be looking out onto Main Street. And it does. Okay. So I'm going to sit down here for a moment. All right. Is there anybody who would like to say hello? I've always kind of liked those mirrors. Once again, everyone, I'm sorry for camera angles. I'm just wearing house slippers and stomping around because I hurt. I'm not focused on how well I'm walking because it's not easy for me to walk anymore for the time being. Doctor kind of definitely glorified my recovery. Those really old TV sets. God, the thing's ancient. An old printer. I mean, a typewriter. I'll switch to night mode here. That's the office where I was when my lights kept going off, freaking the heck out of me. Mezzanine. There's a restroom back in the corner over there. And that's the roof, basically. Those windows lead out to the roof. Come on, camera. I'm surprised you're out of focus now with lights on. I'm surprised my camera was out of focus beforehand. See, back when this was a furniture store, I love those lights. Come on, Maeve, watch camera angles and don't be so stupid. I'm gonna need a flashlight. Basement. That's just my little triangle thing. This almost looks like back rooms. The back rooms. Okay, that was me. There you go. Didn't know if there was somebody down here wanting to communicate. I'm waiting for that green light to go up. Ah, there we go. So, the side's yes. That side is no. My stomach gets all upset. Not feeling good. Is there anyone down here wanting to communicate? And that was me. That's not fair.
I'm sure you noticed that I did not include the odd evidence that I caught at this location. In this video, part 1, I really wanted to focus on the history of the building and the investigation that took place. Unlike most places that you investigate, you're just there for one night. You investigate, you go home. But because this one is a little bit closer to home, I was able to take both of my cameras, set them up for 3 nights overnight. And I thought, hey, 6 videos at an hour and a half each, no problem. No, each video was 2.5 hours in length. It was a lot to get through. And after reviewing it, the evidence is so bizarre to me that I actually went back to Higginsville to try to debunk some of it, and I couldn't. So in the next video, I'm going to be showcasing some of the odd things that I captured on camera overnight. The after hours. Anyway, I love all of you, and until next time.